I was a casual drinker for many years, starting as a teenager, and before long it ran off with me. And at the worst point, I was drinking $1,000 worth of liquor a month, and I didn't have any control over it at all. I could not defeat alcohol. Alcohol beat me down badly. At that point, Tracy and I didn't know God. We weren't Christians, and I went through 2 or 3 rehabs before I got to his way, and none of them worked. Didn't matter how long I was there. As soon as I got out of the rehab, I would relapse and go back to drinking again. The difference happened at his way.
He said he lost everything because of addiction, except he still had his car. And the girl brought him in his car, dropped him off with his stuff, his clothes and stuff, and then stole the car.
I got dropped off, and I'm there. I'm angry, I'm depressed, feeling, mad at the whole world.
When I first met Jim and he came on campus, he was pretty full of himself, pretty arrogant, very prideful.
I was an arrogant person. I was very selfish, and I was just about, what the next thing that I wanted was.
I've seen a lot of people recover, and I've seen a lot of struggles. And a lot of the struggles come where they're trying to hurry up and get and arrive and do and be, and God doesn't work that way in recovery.
I think that's part of the Christian walk. Sometimes you can make strong, quick changes, and lots of other things don't come so quickly, and it's good to have patience.
Jim had to learn to get off his own timeline and get on God's timeline. I mean, the Bible emphasizes obviously waiting on the Lord.
If I had to be out of rehab, I was happy that I was at his way, because I had seen that there was something different about his way. That this is what Christian people are supposed to be like. People walking out what they read in the Bible, applying it to their lives, helping others, serving others. And I wanted to be part of that.
It has given him a spiritual, full life that he knows he can look forward to something way better than this life.
I was being taught the right things, and I became willing here in a lot of ways that I wasn't willing for.
In the moment, it's hard to think, these struggles and these defeats can be used to uplift and give other people victories where they don't have to go through those same things.
Alcoholism happened for a reason to me, because if it hadn't, I was not ever going to have a relationship with God.
When I see Jim now, though, I see someone that's not happy that he went through those things, but now he's using it to serve God.
It's one thing to have not to drink or use today. It's another thing to be in a process of serving others.
I have resources now that I want to use for somebody other than me.
I love Jim. He's fabulous. He has a heart of gold for people. He has brought us a ton of employees just through, his mentoring other men.
I was working at Woody Anderson Ford as a technician there, and I ended up getting let go for stupid reasons. I deserved it. I was told to call Jim Phillips right off the bat the same day, because at that time I was spiraling through something in my head because I didn't know what I was going to do for a job. Of course, he answered the phone just like that. I told him what happened, and I was honest about it. And he's like, you know what? I got you. Just be patient.
So I met Jim Phillips shortly after becoming a resident at his way. And I was looking for a job. I've been at Bentley now for 7 years.
We do have lunch with him every Wednesday. And that right there helps me stay connected. If it wasn't for that, I'd probably be strung out somewhere again.
He came alongside me there at early on at Bentley, and his building was behind where I worked. So, a lot of frustrations, a lot of successes, and I'll take them all to Jim, So he's just become a brother in Christ.
When Jim and Tracy proposed the idea that they want to do foster parenting, both Selwyn and I thought that was a bad idea.
I have to say, at first, I doubted, like, what's he doing? What's he doing?
I thought it would add too much stress to their lives already that were vulnerable and fragile. And I thought that would be something that could really break them. I've been totally wrong.
She brought fostering up to me one day, and I shut it down immediately.
Jim was like, nope, no.
I was happy with where we were. I was comfortable.
I went to my room on a Friday night, and I stayed in there all weekend praying. I need to know is if this is what you want me to do, I need him to change his heart, change his mind.
I didn't think I'd be able to do it right, be a good parent for young kids. It just felt like it wasn't the right thing to do until I realized that I was fighting against something God wanted me to do. I was fighting him.
So Sunday, he went to church alone because I was still in I need to pray, I'm praying. And he came home Sunday after church and he said, okay, I'm in, let's do it.
My kids went to foster care, and Jim was the one that got them, him and Tracy.
We knew they had drug problems from the DHR. And we said, look, we can help. If you want help, we can help you.
And he called me and said, I got a bed for you his way, if you want it. And I jumped on it. And ever since then, it's been a climb.
I was able to see Wesley come in, and Jim and Tracy had fostered their kids, and to be able to see them lift this man and his wife up and get them into recovery, I was able to go and watch Wesley go through the entire program and grow into the man that he is today. And it has been absolutely amazing. But it takes a special kind of person for two people to come together and take care of somebody's children and love them just like their own. And they did that through this entire time while helping Wesley and helping his wife. And it's just absolutely beautiful to see what they do with people.
He's a father figure to me. Very, very close. I mean, we live like maybe a block away from each other. So yeah, he's a very, very important guy to me.
He did a lot for Wesley, and I'm pretty sure Wesley's not going to be the last person he helps.
During our fostering classes, we realized we could help the parents.
Their story has been incredible. So we have watched them, take in these kids, but not only love on the children, but kind of take on the parents as well and really pour into the parents' life.
I love Jim, and I'm proud to call him my friend. I'm proud to see the progress I've seen in him in the last few years.
I've enjoyed watching what God's done in their life when they chose to do that, because they've had a huge impact on a number of young people and their families. But it's had a greater impact on them.
There are times in your life when you will realize that God's using you because you're doing something that you wouldn't do normally on your own. And when you realize that, it brings joy. So we were waiting on God and didn't know it. When God came into the picture for us and established himself in our lives, then everything changed. What we were waiting for was that relationship that would kick all this off and change us from the selfish people that we had been into maybe a little less selfish.
I can't purchase and buy the joy and happiness that God gives. It's a byproduct and a result of thinking generally in terms of other people and trying to serve God.
Putting off what you'd really like to have happen today and realize that if you'll wait and you'll wait till the right time and you'll wait on God, then it'll come and it'll be better than you ever expected.
What's here on earth is not going to be around long. And what's later on will be around a while. And Jim's learning that.
The more I'm in Christ, the more he surrounds me with the right people in my life. And so, including my wife, I would have never thought in a million years I'd be associated with a new program, a nonprofit that helps women get into recovery, you know, the place of grace. I never would have thought that would be the case, but his plan has just come to fruition.
God does the impossible. And I think Jim's and Tracy both are great examples of that.
Temptations will always be there in your life, but a life of service with God at the center of it, it'll keep you where you need to be, and you won't have to worry about those temptations so much anymore. Tracy and I didn't know God before I went to His way, but we know Him now.